authors, it's Melody here. Welcome to Author Nation, your go-to resource for becoming a successful nonfiction author. In this video, I'm going to be talking about becoming a podcast guest. So I've been interviewing people for a long time, first in live events, and then on a podcast and on my YouTube channel. I have interviewed some brilliant guests, experts, nonfiction authors. They have genius in them. And I have noticed that some guests do better than other guests. And it doesn't make a difference on whether they have more genius or less genius. That isn't the point. So in this video, I'm going to give you some ideas on how to be the best guest you can be. And in this particular video, we're going to be talking about finding the right podcast and setting yourself up for success from the very beginning. So, before you do anything else, know what your genius is. The best way to succeed as a podcast guest is to know what gift you have to give to the audience. Once you know your gift, then your job is to go out and find the right podcast with the right audience who needs to hear your message, who wants to receive your gift. You don't want to be on every podcast, and not every podcast host wants to interview you, and that's a good thing. So the first thing you want to do is, once you have your gift and you know exactly who your audience is, you want to go to the podcast platforms, browse through the podcasts, go look, figure out what category you would fit into, browse through those podcasts, and start getting a sense of who you might like to guest with. When you have a few, let's say just like pick 10, listen to a few episodes of each. Do you like the content? Do you like the host? Do you like the format? Would you enjoy being a guest? Do you think that the way the host interviews and the format fits in with the message you're giving? Do you think that that's a combination for success? If yes, the next step is to reach out. So here are a few things to keep in mind when you're reaching out as a guest. First, reach out to the producer or the host in the way they want to be reached out to. So, go on the website. Is there an application or a guest request form that you can fill in? Do they have anything on there for guests? What to send, where to send it, what to expect? Read through all of that before you send in your request to guest. That's really important. As a host, on my website, I have a submission form for guests, and it spells out kind of what I'm looking for. And that will help you, reading that will help you know what I want and also know what I need from you. And then you can also make sure that that's a good fit for you. So go to the website, go to the podcast, see if there are instructions or forms or anything like that, because following the process is really one of the best ways to set yourself up for success. Just like you are busy, the host is busy. So you both want to do what you can to make the process as easy as possible. Once you've got the podcast and you're ready to send in your request or application or submission form, just make sure that you're tailoring your message to that particular audience and kind of the way the host might approach the topic. If you're not sure, that's fine. Send something more generic. But if you have an idea specifically for that show, for that host, for that audience, then switch your message up, right? Figure out exactly the right way to, the angle that's best for you on that podcast, for that audience and that host. And then send something specifically for them. My sole purpose when I interview experts and authors is for my audience. It's not for you, the guest. It's not for me, the host. My sole purpose is to give my audience what they want and what they need so they can succeed. And that's what I look for in a guest. So be that guest. This might sound obvious, but the next step is read what the host sends you. Read the entire email. Sometimes these emails are long, right? They have all the instructions in them. Just sit down and read them. Go through them step at a time, right? Sometimes I send an email out saying, this is what I need from you if I don't get it in the submission. So read through it and say, okay, you want an image, send an image. You want a bio, send a bio. So really pay attention to what the host wants, read through the communications, and respond in a timely manner. And of course, feel free to make topic suggestions or question suggestions as well. Okay, that's a good start. I have much more than this in the Author Nation Good Guest Guide. So if you're interested in that, the link is in the description. Go check out that. And of course, I love hearing from you. Leave a comment, tell me what you think, or even add a suggestion to the topic. Have a great day.